Hello YouTube. So this is another little project that I got kind of pulled into. This is my DX-100 with the cover off. And what happened is somehow along the line the tuner string no longer would turn the tuner. So basically it was just frozen. It would just slip sort of on this knob here. It would just slip as you turned it. It wasn't able to grab onto it. I'm not sure exactly what happened. It may have just been age. It may have been I got some lubricant sprayed on it or I did something, but it just wouldn't turn. And so then it became kind of this odyssey of trying to figure out how to fix this thing. I think I finally did now. So as I turn it here, you can see, it's rotating one way and then it rotates the other way. But it was very challenging because I didn't know which string to get, and so there's a couple different ones. I found out there's a 0.8 millimeter and there's a 0.65 millimeter, and of course I'd ordered the 0.8 millimeter first, and that string, I don't know if you can see it inside this package. It's this kind of white string here. So I got that off of Amazon. It said it was for, it's getting kind of bright there, but you really can't see with this camera the way it's going here. Maybe if I go down this way. I don't know if you can make it out there with the plastic. But anyway, it's this kind of white colored cord. Anyway, it was a 0.8 millimeter. And apparently that works for some old radios, but not this one. This one was like a 0.65. Now this with the little stripes on there, if you have a DX-100, that's exactly what the original one looked like. And it does fit and it does work. The issue is I'm not very skilled at doing this kind of stuff. So it took me 3 tries to get it. But I did finally get it. And let me just pan over here for a second and tell you who I got it from here. So you can sort of see on here, SoCal Shop, S-H-O-P-P-E. Found this guy on eBay, and he sells this cord, and he sells a lot of different sizes from 0.60 to 0.70. And the actual one I got was this dude here, the 0.65 millimeter radio tuner, 0.025 inches. So, and you can see it's $6, but you get enough so that if you screw up, you get like four attempts at it. Basically, it'll do like 4 radios. So what I'd recommend, if you're new at this like me and you don't know what you're doing, and you haven't done 1,000 old radios, because I haven't, take pictures of everything. I learned that from another YouTube video. So take a picture of how this is wound. Make sure you take a picture of this. Let me see if I can get this to not be quite so bright, maybe. So you can kind of see how it goes around the knob there. See the trace, how it goes down around that little pulley kind of thing. Then it comes down around that tuning wheel underneath the bottom of the radio, and there's that spring. The other tip that I learned the hard way, because I had to do this 3 times, what I found worked best is attach, try to get the string, go through all the loop-de-loops here and go around this tuning wheel here and everything. Do all that, and then when you get down to this end, tie off these ends. So one of them gets tied off to that spring down there on the little tuning wheel thing, and the other side goes around a little hole in that same black wheel. Tie those off. And then what you can do to make tension on it is unscrew this guy. The other screws in this chain have like Loctite on them or something. I couldn't get them off. This one doesn't, or this one didn't on mine. So I was able to unscrew this one. The string will sort of go up this way, kind of diagonal. And then what you can do is before you completely tie off the strings down here, like in my case I used this one here, I pulled it tight with that screw loose up above there, pulled it tight and then tied it off. And then the final adjustment is you pull the string that's kind of going diagonally, pull it down and it get really, really tight. You pull it down here, and then you install this little screw back again as the final last step to really get the tension. Because otherwise what you're dealing with is trying to pull this guy really tight down here. That doesn't work so well. At least it didn't for me. You couldn't get enough tension, and then what happens is it slips again. You really have to get a lot of tension. This sounds like a guitar string. You have to get it to where, you know, it almost sounds like a guitar string. It's got a lot of tension on it. It makes a sound when you pluck it. Then that gets you enough tension that this will actually rotate and it doesn't just slip as you turn it. So that was my advice. It may not be perfect. Some of you may know better ways of doing it, and that's fine. I'm not an expert at this at all, but I just thought it'd be fun to share that. The radio was kind of useless without the string on it. It still works. The signal meter did break on it at some point too. The needle it's just completely broken. I mean, it will not move at all. It was just frozen solid. But other than that, the radio still works. I'm going to do another video where I tune it up, kind of get it functioning a little better, more sensitive. There's a lot of adjustments in here you can make, and there's a service manual. A lot of these little IF cans and things you can tweak and adjust and tune, and they give you a procedure how to do that for maximum signal. So I'm going to do that next, and then I'm going to put all this together and have hopefully a little bit better working old DX-100. It's not a great old radio by any means. It's not a great radio, but it is kind of fun as a project to work on, and it's kind of an easy radio to work on, I think. So that's about it, 73s, and thanks for watching.